Let's get you the latest when it comes to the United States. They're deciding to implement the steep 50% tariffs on merchandise from India starting today. The exports of low-margin and labor-intensive goods ranging from textiles, gems, jewelry to shrimps, carpets and furniture are set to become now. In fact, this is not going to be very easy as far as the American market is concerned, jeopardizing low-skilled jobs in India. Do note that on the eve of the 50% tariff that were coming into effect from today, it was the Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri who had gone on to say that the Quad is an important platform for Indo-Pacific stability, a view also voiced jointly by India and the United States in bilateral talks. Now this, as Washington has now, gone ahead with its plans of those massive tariffs. We are talking about additional 25% tariffs. Why? Because India imports oil from Russia. The comments also came as Prime Minister Modi is also set to travel to Japan and China later this week. This is something, of course, that is we also have, our colleague Nick Harper joining us in order to get us a special report as to what does this really mean for India, and is there any room for negotiation left, or now that the tariffs have kicked in, we're talking about the big blow as far as exporters here in India are concerned. Let's take a look at this special report with my colleague Nick Harper.
Some hope that there might be a last-minute presidential change of mind, but it seems there is no budging. Donald Trump is sticking firm to his promise to impose a 25% tariff on India on August the 27th. That is now in effect, and it brings the US tariff rate to a total of 50%, among the highest on any global trading partner. Now, there are a few exceptions, such as humanitarian aid and items that are under the reciprocal trading programs, and also any shipment that is already in transit on its way to the United States. That's exempt as well. Now, there had been 5 rounds of trade talks and multiple moments when breakthroughs seemed possible. Vice President J.D. Vance was even in India in April, and at that time signalled that a deal was perhaps possible to avoid those crippling tariffs. And then there was a time when Indian officials appeared to have secured a 15% cap. But the White House decided to go ahead with a 25% rate on Indian goods, despite two-way trade between the two countries totalling more than $190 billion. And angered by India's continued purchasing of oil, 3 weeks ago, President Trump announced there would be this additional 25% duty, and it would be added towards the end of August.
मेरे देश के लघु उद्यमी हो, किसान हो, पशुपालक हो, हर किसी के लिए मैं आपको बार बार वादा करता हूं, मोदी के लिए आपके हित सर्वोपरि है। मेरी सरकार लघु उद्यमियों का, किसानों का, पशुपालकों का कभी भी अहित नहीं होने देंगी। दबाव कितना ही क्यों न आए, हम झेलने की अपनी ताकत बढ़ाते जाएंगे। मैं आपसे एक बार फिर अपना आग्रह दोहराना चाहता हूं, और आज पूज्य बापू की धरती से देशवासियों से भी मैं बार बार आग्रह कर रहा हूं, हमें जीवन के अंदर एक मंत्र बनाना है। हम जो भी खरीदेंगे वो मेड इन इंडिया होगा, स्वदेशी होगा। घर की साज सज्जा के लिए जो भी सामान हो, मेड इन इंडिया हो।
Rishabh Bhatnagar joining us in order to get us more on this. Rishabh, take us through the impact that this is going to have on the exporters back home. And of course, this is really bad news because one was hoping for some sort of U-turn, because that's what Donald Trump is known for.
Right. What we've been seeing ever since August 7th is when you had these additional 25% tariffs come in, which took India's total tariff burden to just about 50%. And then there was this 21-day day period that was there where there was some sort of a hope that India will be able to negotiate these tariff rates downwards. But clearly that has not happened. You have an official a notice from the Trump administration that says that starting today, 9:30 a.m., so in about 45 minutes is when we can expect these 50% tariffs to kick in. Remember, India has been working on an export promotion mission in order to cushion any sort of impact that comes in from these tariffs. You have exporters across all sectors and especially labor-intensive sectors like textiles, gems and jewelry, shrimp, carpets, furniture. All of these sectors have come out and said that these tariffs will render their products uncompetitive vis-a-vis countries like China, Japan, China, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Cambodia, Philippines, Indonesia. These are countries that India competes with on a manufacturing level. And with these 50% tariffs, these companies and these sectors that operate in apparel, textiles, all of these sectors now stand at a disadvantage compared to these other countries. That has been the demand. What the demand from various exporters has been for immediate government support in the form of interest subvention schemes, in the form of export credit support, in the form of support in terms of diversifying to other geographies. Be it Latin America or be it Western and Northern Africa. And that is something that the exporters have demanded. We have our eyes peeled on when an official announcement on the export promotion mission by the government can take place. What we're hearing is that it could be announced with a 6-year outlay and with an outlay of about 25,000 crore rupees spread under two schemes called Niryat Disha as well as Niryat Protsahan. So that is what we're hoping will come out. That's what exporters are also hoping in terms of relief and support from the government to have some sort of a cushion against this 50% slap that has been put on by the Trump administration on Indian goods.